This week we've learned about ethics and marketing. Now, a company can be unethical by doing bait and switches, just having untrue claims, but they can also be ethical. But it's up to us to determine what is and what isn't ethical. I'll be talking about Pepsi and Sony and a recent campaign they did and assessing whether or not these campaigns were ethical. So first, let's discuss Pepsi. They launched an iPhone app for the AMP energy drink. The main target was men. The big idea was that this app would have pickup lines for 24 women and a scoreboard to keep track of their quote-unquote conquests. The result of this campaign, of course it drew fire, however, it generated a ton of buzz within 2 weeks for Pepsi. My conclusion about whether or not this campaign was ethical is that it was. It just wasn't tasteful. The campaign met Poynter's ethical guidelines, which were the consumer experience is paramount and having a positive impact or not a negative impact on the customer experience. Now, the customer is men, and the concept and content already exists out there. There are sites that have pickup lines, and Pepsi just made it easier for men to get access to that type of content and the concept of the scoreboard. Therefore, it is ethical. However, as some women may think, and some men, it's just not tasteful. Next case study is Sony. Now, they had a campaign for their PlayStation Portable unit, and their brand challenge was that it's hard to reach hip urban dwellers, and these urban dwellers are skeptical of marketers. Now, their big idea was street art, specifically a campaign with no mention of Sony and of people playing gaming devices, and they got approval from store owners to put these murals up. Now, was this campaign ethical by Sony? My opinion, it's completely ethical. The campaign meets Poynter's ethical guidelines again because young, hip urbanites with disdain for marketers will not see this as a Sony advertisement because there's no branding on the mural, but it's a commentary piece on the prevalence of gaming. Therefore, the campaign leaves a non-combative or pitchy impression for the customer. That's my conclusion for this week, and here are my references.